What if you could get Miyamoto Musashi to come give a sword seminar? Or Sun Tzu to give a lecture on strategy to corporate executives? What if you could get Gichin Funakoshi to give a Shotokan karate seminar? Or Fiore del Libre to give a class on fencing? If we could get the old masters, the people who became legends for their grasp of the martial arts, to come into our dojos and gyms today and teach us, we would jump at that opportunity. But we have it. The old masters have spoken to us and continue to do so through kata. In karate, we have something of movement books. We have series of movements that string together exactly like the old masters wanted them to, for the purposes that perhaps only they and their students knew. And so with these kata, we can still learn from the old masters. We can learn the techniques that they thought were important enough to encode, to enshrine, to write down, to pass on. We can find their strategies. We can find their lessons. Because as we train kata, there's the opportunity to learn from the old masters today. And it's like the book of Hebrews says, though they're dead, yet they speak. So why do we pass this opportunity? Why did anyone miss out on the opportunity to take classes from people who changed the world of fighting with their techniques and abilities? Well, I think part of it is because it's long, it's hard, it's arduous, it takes effort, and there's a long time of sinking in sweat and attention and the pain of confronting your own limitations and surpassing them or not before there's any sort of payoff. And so it is that long, slow process, that difficulty, that ego-crushing grind, where you feel like on the 10th repetition, the kata is worse than on the first because you're finding more and more wrong with it. That's why it's not popular. That's why it's not fun. That's why not more people do it as a training method. They might do it enough to get by, but as something to really focus on, to really practice for the sake of improving as a fighter, to really listen for the teachings of the old masters? No. They would rather make it up as they go along. Shadowboxing, or maybe something they found on the internet from the Karate Nerd, which, of course, he got that from kata. But we don't want to do the legwork ourselves. Or in doing the legwork, we want it to be fun, easy, quick. No, we need to go back to the source. We need to go to the voice of authorities from the past and learn from them before we start making things up on our own. Before we start looking to our contemporaries and our peers to see what they're doing, copy that. We need to see what stood the test of time. We need to see what the katas have in store for us and train diligently to listen to the voice of the old masters. Because they're still teaching today. Just no one's showing up for their class.